Hey, where'd you go now?
Welcome to Two Local Radio. I'm your host, CT Jags. Right, fuck it. Alongside of me is the beautiful Chrissy D.
Hello, everybody.
You know, some people say that she has D's. Other people say that she has double D's. Some people say she has triple D's. But she has fucking tits that will knock you the fuck out. And hello, welcome to Two Local Radio. Right now, I am so honored and so blessed and, just feel like the luckiest man on earth right now because we have some beautiful ladies that will be joining us.
Yes, we do. And we are very excited to talk to these ladies.
Yes, from Brick House Incorporated, which has Brick House Magazine, Brick House Radio, as well as Brick House TV. And we're going to get into the whole thick of things, and this would be a killer interview. I just can't wait to, see the story behind. The whole thing is it's women-owned and operated. That is the, whole thing. The fact that they're doing this, and they're saying, well, we don't care what you think. We're going to do it. We're going to do it our way, and we're going to get shit done. Period.
That's right. I think it's absolutely fantastic that these women got together and they're putting this classy magazine together.
And as a woman, how great does that make you feel that there's ladies out there that are doing that?
Oh, that makes me feel good. It, shows how far we've come through the years. Where back when my parents were young, the mom stayed home and the husband worked. And nowadays, the women can go out there in the workforce and actually have a career of some sort.
Exactly. They can, have the same entitlement that men are, entitled to. And really it is no different. When it comes to the workforce, corporate don't care if you're male, don't care if you're female, don't care what you are. It's either they like you or they don't, and if they don't, they're going to make your life a living hell to get anywhere. But if you fight and you get enough support backing you, that's what it's all about. Having the support and building relationships and getting it done. And eventually, you can say, like, they're saying, we're going to do it our way. Fuck what you think. It's all about, getting the job done and, doing it, the way that we want to do and just, expanding and going. These ladies have done so much. I mean, they've done, catalogs and, they just done so many photo shoots, and they just spend so much time and effort, just honing the craft, and I'm just amazed.
I am too. And the thing is, it's an adult magazine, but it's not like a Playboy, a Playgirl. It's a classy magazine. These women are classy,
Well, even if it was like a, Playboyish, Playboyish is different than Hustler,
Hello.
Hello. This is Brick House. This is Jen, Yanni, and Candy. What's going on,
can you hear us?
Can you guys
We can hear you.
Oh, good.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yep, I can hear him.
Oh, great. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about Brick House Magazine, about how far women come from back when my parents were kids, and the woman stayed home and the man went to work. And we think it's fantastic that you guys own and operate this classy business.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
You want to hear something funny? I had my other work headset on, and couldn't figure out why I couldn't hear you. So I'm messing with the settings left and right, and then I'm like, duh, you asshole.
you that you sound like me when I do my radio show. I usually mute the wrong people and unmute the right. You know, it was just a whole bunch. It's a mess. I mute the right people, the wrong people, and then I have people that's not supposed to be talking. So you get a pass. You get a pass on that one. You get a pass.
All right. I've never done that before.
I did.
Okay, who am I speaking to? Is this Miss Riley?
Yes, it is.
All
it is
right.
me.
Well, we were just talking a minute. I don't know if you heard. But we were talking about, you know, how honored we are and blessed that we are that, you know, this is women-owned and operated, if I'm not mistaken, and you all are doing your own thing and don't give a fuck what other people think. You're going to do your way, and you're going to make moves and, you know, build relationships and shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. See, I say sugar because, you know, I kind of don't curse that much, only when I'm mad. So, yes, we don't give a sugar. I mean, Jen might say it, Candy might say it, but I say sugar. So, yeah, you're right, exactly. We do it, we love it, and we don't care, and we, you know, do it. We don't have any males because we just feel like it should be operated just by us because in the entertainment business, it's dominantly males. You see male managers, you see a lot of males operating the magazine. So we took it to a whole nother level and said, no men allowed. Like, we use them on occasion, but to build the foundation, it's just strictly us females.
I think that's fantastic. Well, like I was saying, I was comparing, like I said, you know, your magazine's not like a Playboy magazine. Yours is more of a classy magazine. Like, I looked at some of the pictures, and I was like, wow. These models are beautiful, and they're, you know, they're classy.
Right, because we wanted to do it a little different because when you, as like compared to other magazines, like I'm not dissing them, I'm not downplaying them, but we wanted to do it a little different to where we wanted to be seen in many different ways. Like, don't get me wrong, we can kill the hell out of an eye candy shoot without a problem, but everybody's doing that. So we want to be seen in ways where, okay, not only can we be eye candy, but we can do fashion. We can do beauty. We can do whatever. So we do some eye candy things, but we did it in a different way because we want everybody to see that we're not just that. You know what I mean? Like, we're not just models. We're not just actresses. Like, we know how to speak. If you put us in the front of a group at a conference table, we will rock that whole conference because we know how to speak. So it's not only a look good thing, but we know how to speak. We're all doing our own thing as far as business. And then, you know, this is a whole nother venture that we're going because we all work daily jobs. But this is just a second part of our life that we are going to build an empire off of.
That's absolutely fantastic.
Exactly. You know, you can tell in your voice that you mean business and you ain't fucking around or sugaring around.
Yeah, definitely.
Sugaring. That's a new one. I like that sugaring. Now I'll be saying that one then. But, I mean, yes, we definitely, we go hard when it's coming to certain things. Like as you can see for Jen, she has multiple things going on. Like, she's not just a model. You know, she's a personal trainer. She's a bartender. She does a whole bunch of stuff, along with Candy. Candy has her own radio show as well, and she models, and then she got other things going on, too. So I'm going to pass the mic to Jen, and then we'll go on to Candy.
All right.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Jen.
Sorry, my voice a little. On your downtime when you're not modeling or doing whatever, you know, magazine-wise or modeling, what do you like to do for fun?
Well, everything I do is almost work, but it's fun to me. So, gym is always a great way to, you know, blow off some steam, and that is something that I do on the side as well. So I'm always working, but to me it's play too.
Yeah, it's fantastic when you can do your job and love it so much that it's more like fun. Because he works all week, he works, a lot, and then he's stressed from work, but it's like he comes and does the radio show, and she's like a stress reliever.
All right. Anyway, so we want to know, and our audience wants to know, how was it to work with Image Riders and to get the model on all the awesome bikes when you did your calendar release party? And yes, I look at things.
Yeah, you was all up in it. No, Image Riders is actually one of, because we ride too. I forgot to mention that. Jen and I both. We're trying to get Candy to do it, but she's a little scared to do it. But, I mean, Jen and I actually, we ride. So we're connected into the community. So it's easy for us to get other clubs involved in whatever we do. But working with them was actually okay because, they're like brothers of mine. So it really wasn't that big of a deal. But we work with them, on a daily basis. But the shoot was actually done in Bridgeport. It was fun because you had people stopping and where is it going to be at? And it was just like crazy because it was actually one of the first videos that I actually put together. So once I put that first one together, of course it puts you on to want to do more. So we got that video together with them, and then we ended up having a party that night too. So people remembered the video that we actually did, that we shot out at the park, and people were coming to the parties and they were stopping and they were like, "We seen you at the park," and they just love the bikes. The bikes just excite a lot of people.
Those are some really nice bikes.
They're exciting. But Jen forgot to mention that she rides as well, so that's one of her major things that I'm surprised she didn't discuss. But she rides. We both ride. So not only do... Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, I was just saying, not only do we, own our business and personal train and bartend and all that other stuff, but we ride too. So it's like, like the people at our job call us Spreaker chicks.
Well, I mean, I was going to ask Jen if she was ever into ballet and whatnot. Because on some of her pictures, she's awfully flexible.
Well, I didn't do ballet too much. I did a lot of hip-hop dancing, choreographed dancing, and I've done gymnastics for some time. I used to be a cheerleader when I was younger, so all those things tie into me being so flexible.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put her on the spot like that.
So, I'm laughing because it was funny because I didn't know she was that flexible until we did a photo shoot together. And I went to the back of the room to go do something, and I came back, and she was like in a full-blown split, and my mouth just dropped. And I'm like, what the hell? And then she put one of her legs behind her head, and I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know you could do that. She was just looking at me like, what?
Okay, so
it was crazy.
For any of the audience that don't know, these are absolutely gorgeous ladies. And that's no front and that's no lying. But at the same time, they're business savvy. And what was funny, we actually had Jack Nichols. He's a DJ/MC from Hartford. And we were telling him that you all were coming on today. And he said, quote, "There's nothing sexier than a business lady."
We appreciate it. Thank you, because that we are. We appreciate it. Shout out to you.
All right, so what is this story behind the Black Rose Project?
The Black Roses Project is a web series that my friend, his name is Macedon, he directs and writes and produces a lot of movies out in Connecticut. He just had one come out in, I believe it was September. It's shown in the Palace Theater. It was actually shown in the movie theater where they shut they had a night for the movie and they shut the movie theater down and then they had a preview party. It was called The Gravity. He does many projects around, and the Black Roses Project is just basically a web series That's starting in March, and myself, Candy, I think Candy's in this one, I'm not sure. But it's coming in March, and what it's basically about is a bunch of detectives women detectives, see, here we go with the women stuff, a bunch of women detectives are coming up missing, and they're trying to find out why are these women coming up missing. It's basically generally based off, like, a trafficking, like, real-life things that happen, women trafficking, but it's a twist to it. It's not just generally women, it's women detectives. So, you know, I don't want to get too much into detail because I want people to watch it when it comes out, but it's very, very intense. Like, he's a great, great writer, and when you watch his stuff, you feel it. Like, and I watch the previews and the trailers and stuff like that, and I jump when I see it. So it's like, I can imagine for other people who are actually going to see it, their reaction to it when it actually comes out.
Yeah,
so that comes out in March.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it comes out in March. You can go ahead.
I was going to say, I saw it up on the website that they were mentioning it. I was like, oh, that looks interesting. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's actually, I actually probably end up tagging you guys in it later on tonight. But you guys are really doing your investigation because that's a good thing.
Well, what's hard is y'all do things, you know, outside of, like, the major, like, networks and do things, you know, locally and whatnot. So trying to find your information on you is like trying to find that one pebble, that white pebble in a blue case, you know?
But you found it.
It was hard, let me tell you. It was hard. I had to do some serious digging.
All right, so without stepping on anybody's toes, and if this, you know, stings a little bit, then we'll move on. But are you still affiliated with the GEI models or no?
Absolutely not. I'm not going to get into much detail only because I don't want to give them no shine because they don't need it.
Okay.
But I was also the creator for the Connecticut division because they have a few divisions or whatever the case may be. I actually started, created, built the whole entire Connecticut division by my lonesome. Got it to the models, got it to the radio, got it to the magazine, and, you know, there was a lot of things that was going on that I didn't like that were going on behind the scenes, and my thing is, like, I am the CEO, founder, creator, everything of Brick House, so if I decide to branch off to another state, that is still a part of me. So if that state, if the divisions that I branch off start popping, I'm not going to start hating on that division because that division is popping, because I'm hating on myself. That makes no sense. And that's what it basically came down to be, because I had a power team. I have Jen. I have Candy. And then I have the rest of the girls that are on my team. So I have the gold mine in the middle of my hand. None of the other divisions did. So it became like more of a competition thing. And then it was like, you know, husband and the wife sleeping with the models and stuff like that. I don't want to be affiliated with that. I don't want to be affiliated with that. I'm good. I'm not going to bring my girls into the lion's den because they're going to be looking at me like, bitch, is you kidding me? You brought me into this place where these people sleeping with each other? It's not going to happen. So that's the reason why I had to kind of wash hands and wash ties and say, forget it. It's not that serious. I built it, but it's time to let it go, because I had Brick House as well. So it really wasn't making a difference because I was always shining. So they didn't make me. I actually made them known in Connecticut. So now that I left it, it's non-existent, and it's not going to be able to come back here because nobody's going to support it. So generally, that's why I had to say, peace out. Candy, like I said, Candy was down with them as well. Jen was down. Candy was down with them. Candy was actually down with the New York division. And then she came over with me because her and I became friends. Jen was always with me in GEI Connecticut, like from the beginning. Like, she was always with me. But Candy came from GEI New York. So that's the reason for that. I would not give them any more shine. But that's the reason why I left.
So have you worked with your new photographer yet?
I'm sorry?
Have you worked with your new photographer yet?
Did I work with a new photographer yet? What was the question? I'm sorry.
Yes, because the information that I dug up was that Orville Vernon, who does Blood Sound Studios, have you all worked with him yet?
Yes, no, Candy actually have, so Candy can actually answer any questions you have about him. Candy's on. Candy.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Candy.
I'm sick, so don't mind my voice. I got the chicken head voice.
I was wondering why the New Yorker was being quiet.
Yeah, I'm sick. But yes, I've worked with him. Thank you. I've worked with him plenty of times. I'm actually more like a muse when it comes to him with certain projects that he needs to do because he also teaches a class as well as being a personal trainer and has his own photography stuff going on. So whenever there's an idea that I have or he has, we just pretty much hit up each other and, work it out. But he's very, very good. Like, that's like one of my favorite photographers.
Nice. So you all are planning on doing a photo shoot all together sometime soon with him?
Yes.
Nice. So what do you all do for fun when you're not working? I heard Jen said that's all she does is work, but I'm sure you all get down and party from time to time.
Oh yeah, she is a beast. She's sick right now, so she not telling she's telling the truth, but she's a beast. Like once she goes on the dance floor, that's it. She's on the dance floor from the beginning all the way to the end. I might two-step the first hour that we in there, but best to believe I'm sitting down in the chair watching her. Watching her all night. And then to top it off, like, it's like, you know how, like, you have models and then they don't have a sense of humor? They don't know how to laugh. They don't know how to be fun. Ridiculous. Between us three together, we say, we call it, like, because at work, like, we work with, Jen and I work with special needs adults. And at work, we use a lot of code names for certain things that we can't say at work. So we call ratchet, we say raspberry. So we do, like, a lot of things that are, like, not like, ratchet, like, ghetto, but we do things that are, like, hilarious where people look at us and be like, really, did you just do that? Because they don't expect for that to come from females that look the way that we look. They expect for us to be like, okay, we too cute to get dirty, or we're too cute to play a joke, or we're too cute to do anything. No, we are the total opposite. And it's like we all think on one accord. Like if we see something funny, all of our faces just look the same for some odd reason. And it's just like, what's wrong with you? It's like we all seen that same thing. So like I said, personality is key, and we all have it because we all laugh, we all joke, and we also know how to, if our tire gets flat, we know how to get down and fix the tire.
Nice.
And we got to push our car to the side of the road, we can push our car to the side of the road. We ain't a damsel in distress. We got it. But we also know how to have fun. So like I said, Jen is a beast on the dance floor. Candy will have you laughing all night because she's calling everybody ratchet horrible. So it's like, and if you would like to ask Candy, can you please give them the definition of what's a ratchet horrible, please?
You crazy. I don't know. Like, ratchet horrible to me is just girls that just look stank. Like, they just look spoiled and just stale. Just, ugh. I could send y'all photos, but I wouldn't do that.
And then Jen does this Kevin Hart expression that drives me crazy at work. Like, it literally cringes me when she says it because she does it all day long. Jen, you gonna do it?
Thanks, Yanni. Well, usually when someone does something really stupid and it's like you don't really have any words, so all I really do, and she gets mad when I do it every time, I just do like, first of all. And then she'll yell at me from across the room, and I'll just keep walking because I know she hates when I do it. But that's all day long.
All day long. Like, now it's like a chain reaction because now other people are doing it at work. And it's like, no, we can't do this. So it's like we keep a lot of our stuff that we do. Like, some of our clients know what we do at work only because we talk, not completely get into detail, but we're trying to teach them that, you know, they could be whatever it is that they want to be, like, no matter what it is. And, you know, they were explaining to them that, you know, Jen and I you know, we do things outside of, you know, our personal job. Like, we do a magazine. Like, we didn't get into the modeling and things like that because our clients would be on Google our names, and they'll find us. So we don't give them that much detail, but we do give them examples of things that they can do to, you know, still prosper, because we love our job. Like, we love working with the special needs individuals. Like, we wake up to go do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's our life, because their lives, and it's funny, I said to her today, their lives are more interesting than ours because they got more drama than we do. And people don't look at them. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Have you ever thought of, as crazy as this may sound, no one ever accused me of being insane. You know, doing a shoot with, like, you know, people you work with. I think they would just, like, enjoy that so much and just be like, I just want to be a part of that.
I think that would be awesome for them, but as far as there's HIPAA laws and things like that, we can't include them in things of that nature. But giving them the hope that they could do these things, like as far as that bike community, I really push that on them because as strange as it may sound, the bike community is really receptive to them. We all like to include them in things because it's not so often they get to see a bunch of females on the bikes or doing tricks or racing. And, you know, they get to look on and be like, okay, that's something I could probably, you know, do something in the community with them. So, like, out here we do a special needs ride every year. They'll have the special needs children. Each biker would take one. The parents, you know, sign off, say it's okay, and it's police escorted and everything. I don't have the dates to that yet, but they usually do it, and the children get a ride. We go slow for quite a few miles, and all the special needs children get to, you know, be a part of that. So we try to include them in things in that way that doesn't violate any laws or anything like that.
That's fantastic. Well, what I'm going to ask is, what would you tell a young woman that wants to get into modeling? What advice would you give her?
Well, I would let her know, you know, everyone can do it. You know, I would tell her, if you feel like this is something you really want, go for it. You start with a photo shoot, and then, you know, you do your go-sees, do what you need to do to prosper in it, because, you know, it's not going to be handed to you, so work hard for it.
But at the same time, have some respect, I would believe you would tell them.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely. And also, when we talk to models that hit us up and want to be involved, a lot of them, I have two questions that I always ask, and they hate these questions. For one, we say, you know, they always call me, I want to be a model, and my number one question is, you want to be a model and what else? So it kind of stumps them.
Okay.
Because they're like, okay, what do you mean, what else? And then I have to break into it, like, what else is it that you want to do? Because if you're going to say you just want to be a model, guess what? You're going nowhere. Because every single chick that's standing next to you, she has the same dream that you have. But what makes you different from her? What makes you different from her? So you have to be able to do more than one thing. You see, everybody here on this phone does more than one thing. Because if you're going in with a set mind of just being a model, where is it going to get you? You have to be able to show proof that you can do other things. Like you need to try to get into movies. Try to get your face where it's going to be known. Promotion is key, like Jen said. Promotion is major. If you don't promote yourself, then nobody's going to know you. Point blank, period. And then, like you said, doing it in a respectful manner. Because you have a lot of chicks that you might look better than her, but she's doing something strange for a piece of change. So she's going to get that spot before you because you're not doing it. So therefore, you got to be able to do it on your own. That's another major reason why I started this whole thing, because I wanted females to understand that you don't have to do these things just to get somewhere. You don't have to do that, because at the end of the day, if you can't be proud of what you've done, then you know damn well you shouldn't be doing it. And it's a lot of people that don't even know. Like, we get stuff every day. Like, when I first started GEI, people were sending me stuff, females were sending me stuff because they didn't know it was ran by a female. They thought it was ran by a dude. So my inbox was flooded with inappropriate talk. And I just had to let them know. Whoa.
I can only imagine.
I'm a female. And then I had to get into the mama mode and say, honey, you know you shouldn't be doing those type of things just for a magazine spot. And then it gets into, you know, the whole mommy mode or whatever. But we're examples of not just being a model, because we all have a lot of other things that we're doing that are actually productive, and we're very known where we are. I mean, Jen goes into the pizza store and people be like, hey, you're Jen Critical. I walk into the dollar store and people be like, oh my God, I've never been this close to you. And I'm like, okay, weird. But I mean,
You're
like, okay, weird. Like, okay, it was a little weird. You know, I was a little shaken by it, but I was like, okay, whatever. But I mean, that just goes to show that we're working hard. Because guess what? We started just like they started, where nobody actually knew us in the modeling, you know, in the modeling industry until we built that whole, here we are. Like, you might as well say we did billboards, because we were like, we are here, we ain't going nowhere, we're going to do acting, we're going to do modeling, we're going to do runways, we're going to do everything we feel like we can do just so you get our faces and you realize it and you know it and know that we're not going nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like I always say on every show, it's always a process. People don't realize how hard things are. People think you can just move into a certain career and, okay, yeah, you're the shit. No, it don't work that way.
I don't care how big your booty is. I don't care how cute you think your face is. That ain't gonna get you but so far. I mean, it's great to have. You know, it's great to be cute. It's great to have buns, but you got to be able to have more than that. If you don't,
and not only that, when you get old, that's either gonna go south or you gonna get ugly.
Hey, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Mine's just gonna stand until I go.
I'm just saying, gravity kicks in.
Round one.
But seems more towards women that don't take care of themselves as they get older are going to get, you know, out of shape.
Pretty much. A lot of these ladies that, I don't want to put everyone in that category, but, you know, some of the ladies that do model, you know, think because they have a high metabolism now, when they get older, they can still eat the junk that they eat and not work out, and they're always going to be cute and fit. And then I would be at a photo shoot. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to say which one, but I'm going to go right into specifics. I was at a photo shoot, and the other model that was there had pizza, chips, and soda. I'm looking at her, and I have a freaking chicken salad. And I'm like, okay, all right, that looks great. And she just goes right in front of the camera, and right after she ate, and I'm like, I don't know how people could do that. This is not going to last you but so long, you know, eating all the garbage and not taking care of yourself physically, whether it's eating and working out and then getting in front of that camera, it's going to catch up with you. So having a backup plan, being multi-talented, like Yanni says, will benefit you in the future. Because when you're in your 60s, you can't do, eye candy modeling anymore. At that point, you're way past it. So you got to have something else to do.
Well, exactly. Especially once you start having children too.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have a kid, so that's not an excuse. But when you older, yeah.
Yeah, but you still work out. But I'm talking about these women that have children, they don't work out, and they don't take care of themselves. They let themselves go.
But they still jump in front of a camera, though. They still jump in front of the camera with a two-piece.
That's because they rely on Photoshop.
Yeah, Photoshop.
Exactly.
That's fun.
Just to Photoshop. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it, but people make it outrageous. Like, if you want to get blemishes and stuff away, that's fine. But who the hell are you to add freaking a 40-pound butt cheek to a chick that's only like 50 pounds? She looks crazy.
Yeah, I build a bit.
That looks crazy. There she go. Build a bit. Yeah, there you go. So it's like, and then you go out and you pay for these people. See, that's another thing that I love, because with us, when you pay, you get what you pay for, basically. And you walk into some of these places and you basically rent these chicks, to do shows and stuff like that, and they don't look the same. You be like, who the hell are you? And what did you do with that person that was on the flyer? Mm-hmm. Like, her weave is busted. She probably missing a tooth. Like, it's like, where did this person come from? Like, they completely change your whole face, your eyes, your eye color, your cheekbones, your nose, everything. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Like, if you really need to go to that extreme, you don't need to be modeling.
Yeah, you don't need to be lying either. Show who you really are. If you want to be a model, show them who you really are. Not Photoshop.
Right. Photoshop is terrible. One of my photographer friends actually showed me, like, what he has done. And sometimes people pay to get the photo, like, the extreme Photoshop. He hates doing it, but, I mean, it's a part of his business. And if they're paying him, and this is specifically what they want, like, I want you to change my face, he gets aggravated because sometimes, hell, you need a plastic surgeon to fix your face. So how do you think Photoshop is going to do that? So it kind of aggravates him to have to go through and actually do that. Like, he'll turn away a person if they come in and there's nothing that he can do to fix them. He won't shoot them. He don't care how much money you're going to pay him. He won't shoot you because it's too much work.
My belief is Photoshop is the original catfish.
Yeah, I believe it. I agree. It's really bad. Like, it's to me, it's completely blown out of proportion. Because before, like I said, a lot of photographers use Photoshop just to get away blemishes and scars and stuff like that. Now it's just went to a whole nother level to where it's like people are doing that. And then not even with the Photoshop, it's like these butt injections and all this other stuff that they're doing. I mean, back in the day, nobody really was keen on having big butts, but it was like kind of like a shame to have a big butt. Now, everybody and their mama wants a butt. Like, it makes no sense. I tell people all the time, it's heavy and you can't fit a lot of clothes. What's the point?
Exactly. And then you look at some of these magazines, like when I go into the grocery store or something, and you'll see where models or actresses get these, like, they go in and they have the surgeries and they mess up their faces so bad that looks even worse than when they started.
Right. Exactly. Look at little Kim's face. Done.
I was about to say that.
She looks like, what is it?
Don't go too hard. Don't go too hard.
No. What's the name? What's that? It was a series. A Stephen King series. Mm-hmm. That was one of them. Cat People or whatever it was. I know it was a Stephen King.
Yeah.
Like, she looks totally different. I thought she was pretty when she first did it. I didn't agree with it, but she actually looked pretty when she first did it. Like, she made her nose small or whatever. More power to you. she looked pretty, but then she kept going and going. I think some people don't know when to stop.
No, they get like sick with it. They start out with just
like I think it becomes it's like it becomes an obsession of some sort to want to be perfect, and that's not even what it is. There's no such thing as perfect.
Like, I didn't recognize her. I went to one of her video shoots before. I was just looking on because they had more than enough beautiful ladies there. So I was just there for support. And then when I seen her, I didn't know that was her. Someone had to tell me that was Little Kim. I was like, oh, wow. She's really a diva. But you really can't. Like, it's not like if you see me in the grocery store and if you're a fan, you'd be like, hey, you're Tim Critical. Okay, it was hard for me to know that was Lil' Kim, and I couldn't believe that she's so different in person.
Right. So sad.
So she's video photoshopped.
I don't even know if they can do that. Can they do that?
I don't know, but I know she has pounds of makeup on.
I know we
Oh,
walked
Lord, let me not talk ill of her.
I know that we walked on the moon and we're kicking dirt when there's no gravity. I know that.
That is funny.
All right. What I was going to say before, when you were talking about the sugar and the raspberry, the whole time y'all are talking, I'm listening to what you're saying, but in my mind, I'm thinking, why can't I see somebody making a rap video saying, it's so sugar, it's raspberry?
You just gave somebody their next hit.
So let's see who made it. And they got to use that as a hook.
Yeah,
you know what? That just gave me an idea to do a spoof video on that.
Oh my God. And I was just about to say, when you said you gave somebody an idea for a video, I was about to say, not you. Thanks, Ray. Thanks. Now I got to work with this lady.
You can do a spoof of you guys like at work and, you know, how you guys use that word and everything. You know, make a spoof video out of it. It'll be funny.
Oh my goodness. See, that's what we've been that's what we've been and talked about too, Jen and I. Like, we'll just be sitting there at work and they'll be like, ooh, you know what we should do? Oh, we should do this. And then we'll come up with all this crazy stuff. So right now we're actually, you know, I've been going back and forth with one of my friends to actually videotape us doing these stupid things. And that's another way for people to see that models are not just serious people. They know how to be kooky. They know how to be goofy. Maybe by us putting it out there and making an example of it, it'll open other models to be silly. And say, oh, okay, they doing the damn thing. They about their business, but yet they still have a silly side. So believe me, tomorrow I'm going to probably put a spoof together and get it done. And that'll be all thanks to you, Ray.
Well, as long as you don't come up with some dumb shit. Like, I used to write songs, and one of them went, I'm a closet rapper. Where my coat hangers at? Where you be? Where you be? Where you be?
That sounds like something she would do. And she'll sit there and write the whole thing out on a paper and then just be like, yo, son. And then just start doing it. Like, I can't. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I can't.
So what? I want to know each of your all stories. So what made you all want to become models and, you know, get into this business? Where did it start?
Who wants to go first?
I'll say a little. This is Jen Critical, actually. I started, and it was a fluke. Like, when I was younger, my mom put me into, you know, a modeling school / acting. It was John Robert Powers. So I did that for some time. And then I just stopped because I got into horseback riding. So I did that equestrian riding for 7 some odd years, and then I got into bikes, and a model is she actually hit me up and she asked me if I can be her entrance to one of her events, and I asked her what she meant, and she needed someone to ride her in on a bike. So I was like, okay, not a problem. So she got on the back of my bike, and I rode her into this shoot, which I don't think she thought it through. I'm not going to say her name, but she wasn't really, personality-wise and facially, she wasn't cute. So when we got there, the photographer seen me, and I was in my regular ripped jeans and sneakers, and it was a bathing suit top with a vest. And they didn't want to work with her at that point. They asked me if they could work with me, and they had a lot of ideas to use my bike and me in front of it, because it was just like the ultimate biker chick, and to try to sneak into like a couple shots with us, and the photographer kept like wishing her away. I'm like, oh yeah, give me a second, let me take a picture with Jen. And I got into it from there on, because he just kept calling me to do things with him, and I just fell back into it. It wasn't nothing like I actually ventured out to do it. I just got recognized.
You bitch. You
stole her shit.
It wasn't my fault.
I bet she ain't your friend no more.
Yeah, she don't like me no more, but hey.
It's all right.
You next, Candy.
Oh, me? How I got into modeling is because of my tall ass. I'm like 5'10", so seriously, I got into it because of my height, and I was just helping people as far as like designers that I knew, or photographers that needed help with their portfolio. I took this more as a hobby than anything, and since I realized I could rock it out, I just pretty much did it. So that's how I got into it. Nothing.
Well, yeah. Mine was an accident. I was, when I was in the motorcycle community, it was like 2000, I think, 10, when I first started out, or maybe 2009. I don't know, one or two. And, we take a lot of pictures, random at parties, just to post them up for different events that we go to. And one of my friends was like, he was a photographer at the time, and he was just like, come to my studio. And I'm like, what? He's like, come to my studio. For what? He's like, oh, I want to take your picture, whatever. You not seeing me without my clothes on. So he was just like, no, I eye candy, blah, 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 blah. So at that time, I was just like, at my thought was like, okay, eye candy, butt naked, bend it over. I'm not doing it. So he was just like, no, you don't have to do it that way. It's a different way to do it, whatever. So then I said, okay, whatever. So I got over being nervous, and I went, killed the first shoot, and then it was history after that. I was just like, okay, I kind of like this, but I got bad because I would only shoot with him, and he was just like, no, you got to shoot with other people, not just me, because if you're going to do this as a career, you need to shoot with other people. So basically, I got into modeling through the motorcycle community, which is weird because you would never put two and two together. But that's how it is. That's how it was.
That's really interesting. That's cool how you guys each got into it in different ways.
Mhm.
And the crazy thing is, y'all ain't got any info, like any major info about yourselves, but you're really exciting. There's a lot of things that you all are talking about in your normal life that you probably take for granted, and you're like, yeah, well, we help people, and it's great and all, but it's not that big of a deal. But there's to a lot of people out there, that's everything.
Right. And then you got some people who don't appreciate it. You know what I mean? Because it's in this business, you get a lot of people who are faithful, and then you get a lot of people who are opportunists. And you got to be careful which one they are. Sometimes you can spot it from a mile away, and sometimes you're deep in and then see it. So it's like, for example, like I put this girl on. Like my mind was telling me, my spirit was telling me not to do it, but my heart was like, oh my God, because her story was crazy. I don't even know if her story is true or not. But she willed me in with that. And it took me like maybe a month to say, you know what, I'm going to sign her. Didn't really want to, but I did. But it was something about her that I couldn't shake. Got her in. Soon as she had her in, not even a month, got her in to the movie. Got her a photo shoot, got her into a movie, all that good stuff. None of the girls liked her. Me, I was like, okay, I'm going to give her a chance, blah, blah, blah. I just said boot the bitch. Candy said boot the bitch. I said, wait, we going to see. We going to see what happens. Gave her a chance after chance after chance. Long story short, you know, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Everything was always an excuse. Oh, I had an accident. Oh, you know, I fell off a cliff, like stupid stuff. And finally, I was just like, enough is enough, like, because I got a phone call from one of my friends, and he was just like, why is she posting that somebody is her manager? And I'm like, excuse me? So I went on her page, and I seen that her boyfriend, I guess he is, all of a sudden wants to take control of her career now that I put her out there. Like, you've been so-called in the world, as you say. So why didn't you put your girlfriend on before? But now that your girlfriend's face is known just a little bit, where you squint your eye and see her, now you want to take control of her life. So it's like, when you have these females and then you have these males that come in and convince them, oh, I got you, it becomes very hard because for some odd reason, if you have something swinging between your legs, they listen to you. But when you have the same thing that they have, they don't listen to you. So they think that the male has their best interest at heart. And it doesn't happen. So
when a lot of times that male's just leeching off the woman and just trying to play the game.
But see, my thing is this: if you're gonna be an opportunist, make sure you got your game on lock before you separate from whoever it is that you're gaining off of. Don't just leave when you think you're in midpoint, to where it's like, okay, I'm out there, and then you're actually not. You just ruin all your chances to do everything, and then now you're doing, oh, check out my store, oh, check out my calendar, oh, check out this, and I just sit back and laugh. Do I get mad? Absolutely not, because I was taught you never burn a bridge. If you're going to leave, I'm going to open the door for you and let you walk out. But that you might have an opportunity to come back if that happens. But if you do me dirty and you leave, there's no coming back. And they don't understand that. And it's definitely hard because these females are not used to another female boss. They don't want to deal with us because they feel like, okay, well, she's another female, so she's not going to tell me the right thing because she's jealous of me or she doesn't want me to make it, and that's not even the case. It's just I'm going to give it to you raw and uncut so you can understand this is what this business is. Because we get contacted by models. We get contacted by models all the time, and it's so funny because you never heard of them, but they want to give you a hard time and tell you, oh, I've done this. Oh, I've done that. And my thing is this. Okay, let me ask you this question. If I come drive out to your hood right now and we walk around your hood, right? Are people going to stop you and say, hey, you're so-and-so? Or, hey, blah, 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 blah. The phone gets so quiet. They hate me after that. Because I tell them, well, then you're not known. I'm sorry. If you can't walk around your own town and people not stop you and say what you have done as far as your career, you've done nothing. They don't like that. They get so pissed off with me. And Candy laughs because I don't say it in a harsh manner. I say it just like how I'm talking to you guys right now. They don't like that. Because it's like you could say what you want just because you take a picture in your dirty bathroom. that gets you nowhere. First of all, clean your bathroom before you take that picture. Because it's not cute. And then you send the pictures into us like we supposed to look at them.
Lord, don't even have me go there.
So how many titty shots have people sent you thinking that you were a guy?
Oh, it was disgusting. And then you got guys sending you wiener pictures too. So it was vice versa. It's like, and then they get mad at you, right? Like, it's so funny because the guys will send you, the females, once I tell them, Like, they're like, okay. So then I started putting, like, a picture of myself up there, like, I'm a female, stop it. It kind of stopped. But even now, like, as models and as businesswomen, we get wiener shots in our inboxes all the time. And we get cursed out because we don't respond to it or whatever the case may be. Like, this one guy sent me a picture of his wiener. I don't want to see that. So he's like, did you see my picture? You didn't respond to my picture, so let me send you a video.
Wow.
Dude, I didn't respond to your picture, so I'm not going to respond to your video. He cursed me out, called me a devil worshiper. He put 666s in my inboxes and told me I am going to burn in eternal damnation because I did not like his wiener picture. I said, I am done.
When I get those, I let them know that if I don't respond and they keep harassing me in my inbox, I'm like, if you send me one more inbox, I will post this wiener pic on my page, and I'm going to tag your name on it and let them see how little you are. Don't play with me. I'm not as nice as Yanni. Don't play with me.
Oh, okay. And then Jen's going to play Eeny Weeny Short Dick Man in the background, right?
It is hilarious, but see, the funny thing about it is now, Candy wants to add a male division to the models. Don't ask me why, guys. Don't ask me why. So she put a post on Model Mayhem. We have been the response has been outrageous. Thank you. We love it. But the pictures that have been sent to us, forget it. Candy sent me a picture of this guy. She sent me a picture of this guy, and I thought she just, like, stole it off of Google or something like that. She sent it in my inbox, and I'm like, what is that? Please don't tell me that he's asking to be. He looked just like a cross-eyed Ronald Isley. And I mean, he had the hair. He was Ronald Isley's twin. He even had on a jean vest.
Oh my God!
Oh my God, Jen, I didn't send you that photo. I have to send you that photo.
She sent it to me. That's why I just pictured it when she said it.
It was bad. It was bad, guys. We get all types of things, so it's like every day our inboxes are out of control. Like, we have several emails. So it's kind of hard for us to check each one of them every day. So Candy's usually assigned to that because I pay absolutely no attention to it. And which I should, but I don't because there's too much going on. But it would, I mean, if you guys were able to be behind the scenes, you would be like, how do you deal with that? Like, on a daily basis. Like, and we do it. We love it. And it's funny. So, we still send that nice response, thank you for inquiring. We haven't gone through them yet, but if we're going to utilize you, we'll get in contact with you. Knowing we lying, but we can't say you a hot mess, get out of here, don't submit to nobody ever. We can't do that.
I can, but you just told me not to. And I mean, the reason why I wanted a male part to it, or just at least a male magazine, is because there are a lot of guys that take a lot of nice photos, but don't really submit their stuff. Because there's a whole bunch of booty models just taking over everything. There's not a lot of guy magazines out there. So I figured, you probably could do something, but I don't know. I'm about to shut that down because these submissions are kind of crazy to me. You got, like, axe murderers looking, and retarded, Ron Isley.
And then it was a guy with tighty whities on. I was done.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He had a bomber jacket with fur on the hood with tidy whities. And that was is my point. And I mean you know how the tidy whities, like, you can't hide nothing in the tidy whities, basically. There was nothing to hide. Like, it looked like he tucked. I was like, what the? At least have some type of bulge of some sort. Like, how dare you send a picture like that? There's nothing sexy about this picture right now. And then we also doing a plus size division too. Of it.
Like, if not anything, at least stuff a sock in there or something. Make it look a little bigger.
Guess what? I don't even think a sock would have worked. I was just like, dude. Candy sent me the picture, and I was just looking like, why would she send me this?
Like, as if I have to deal with the pain, you do too.
Well, she knows I'm gonna get upset. Like, why would she send this to me?
It sounds.
But you know, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It sounds to me like you need Inspector Gadget. Go Gadget Dick.
Why y'all making
it bigger?
I gotta be over here dying. Oh my god. He is hilarious.
It's not working. Why not see? I wonder.
I don't even think those things work. Like, maybe I don't know, because I've never had that problem, but I mean, I would like to see, like, have somebody do an experiment with that stuff. Because I see it in, like, a lot of the magazines, like the pills and all that other stuff, but I'm telling you, it'll be a lot. I think if it did work, a lot of people wouldn't have that problem. I really don't think that.
Honey, I'm going to buy a stent.
Yeah. my penis is too small, honey. I'm going to get some surgery to make it a little bigger. You know?
But see, don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. Those are the ones that don't think they need it.
It's true.
Those be the main ones acting like they daddy dog stroke. And you be like, really? Really? And you open a can of Vienna sausages and that's what it reminds you of. You can't even eat the can anymore. It's like, you never look at Vienna sausage the same.
You can never look at them again.
That's a big carrot penis.
When you all were talking about, the women that need all, like, the extra shit, like the plastic surgery and whatnot, it reminds me of a joke that I went to the eye doctors to get glasses, because I wear glasses. And, I was getting my pair of glasses, and I'm like, Doc, but I'm allergic to silicone. Now how am I going to get laid?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What the French toast? Oh my God. What the French toast was that? Come on, Ray. That joke was so corny that you had to laugh. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The Mrs. Bless your soul.
Well, that's why we call it Too Local Radio.
Love it. Love it.
So, for real, where could you see the business being in 5 years if it goes as planned? What do you think? Where do you think that you would be? Would you be like, on like magazine racks, or would you be like on an HBO series, or what do you think you all would do?
Well, technically, the magazines could actually be on racks now, because I'm actually in the process of, because I have a barcode and everything else, with going around, getting distribution. So, we're definitely making that happen. So that's that 5 years. That'll be in effect this year, as far as being on stands. As far as like with the movies and stuff that we're doing, we definitely are working our way to catch somebody's attention, because I know he was offered to be in the film festival. So once you reach that point, you're definitely going somewhere. And then he was also given the option of a lot of the films that he has done that to be put on DVD, of course, and being able to be watched from the Redbox. And we all know everybody uses Redbox.
They put Blockbuster out of business.
Yeah, they said peon by. So 5 years from now, I don't like to say 5 years, because I had a goal of, ever since I was a little kid, to basically retire from working for people and being able to work by myself by the time I'm 35. I have 1 more year. So I'm thinking more short term as far as the next 2 years, because the way we grind and the connections that we have met, and the connections that we're going to continue to meet, we're going to be very far within the next 2 years. I'm not going to say 5, because 5 is too long. We might not even live for 5 more years. So we're looking at very short term, which is 2 years, because with every single female that's on this phone right now, we are going to make that happen. And we're going to show them how you do it. And we're doing it single-handedly. We're not funded by anybody but ourselves. And no, we're not rich, but we know in order for our business to be successful, we're going to have to invest in it. And that's what we're doing.
Exactly.
So, we're in our final steps to where we need to be, because right now we have our hands, feet, toes, big booties, and everything else in everything. Right now, we have ideas and we're putting things together. We don't only have ideas; we put them into play. So when you have a really, really tight fist and everybody's on the same page and everybody's doing their part, nobody can stop you. So in the next 2 years, when we revisit this whole conversation and we call up the Two Loco, we're going to be like, remember that conversation we had? How many years we in? Remember, you asked 5 years, we made it happen in a year and a half. So we got to revisit the conversation. And we got to come back and we got to do Two Loco again. And I guarantee you, when we come back and do it again, we're going to have several more stories for you to do, several more stories to talk about, and several more things to present. I mean, we got so much stuff going on right now. We got clothes coming out. We got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but
of course, we're not going to go.
Yeah, but you'll be on the number one late show anyway, so it ain't going to matter.
Hey, that works for us.
Hey,
we don't care.
You got to reach for this, guys, and, the way I look at it, the minute somebody puts and I'm not talking about satellite radio, I'm talking about an actual internet company. The minute one of them figure out how to put a box attached to your car stereo, it's a done deal. FM's done.
Great. Yes, sir. I agree.
So,
I see a lot of people don't think the way you're thinking right now. A lot of people get comfortable and they want to stay, online radio, Ustream, whatever. They don't think FM, which is a major, major step. Once you get in them airwaves to where you can turn on that radio or get in your car, that makes it even better. See, that's a good thing. See, a lot of people don't even think about that.
Well, it's the future. I mean, look at the iPad. Look at how we've evolved. It's going to happen. People are afraid that's going to happen, but it's going to happen.
Hey, you either roll or get rolled over.
Exactly. You got to steamroll.
You got to get hit. You got to get hit for the game.
Well, we do know it's late and you all probably have to work in the morning, but do you have any last words for our audience and, to your fans out there?
I just want to say thank you to you and Mrs. for having us come through and, make you laugh and y'all make us laugh, and for basically y'all getting us out there in your way, letting people know who we are, because, they're going to get familiar with us down there, too, because we ain't doing city to city. We doing state to state. So we thank you guys a lot, and we will definitely, keep in touch with you guys. And then also we would love to have you guys come on to our radio show, and we flip it and we interview you. We flip it and interview you guys. And then we'll tell you a corny joke, right?
Sure. Give me the number. I'll be sure to prank call.
Oh, no.
Well, before we wrap this up, I want to say for everyone to follow me on my on all my social networks, which is Facebook, Instagram. I'm working on the site too. It's going to be all of them are Gen Critical, critical with a K, and follow our movement.
Nice plug.
See that? You like that, right? I just so nice. I have something to say. Candy, you quiet tonight, Candy.
That's because I'm like super sick. I just want to say thank you for having me, and I normally don't sound like this, and I'm very jokey, but I can't even fucking breathe.
You know what? That's the first swear word or the second one that I've heard her say all night, and she is a sailor, so she is definitely sick.
I'm sure next time we talk to her, she's going to be like, blah, 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 yada, 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 and I'm going to be like, shut the fuck up already.
Yes, it really is. It really do be like that.
Where'd that girl go?
No, we like we said before, we're very honored and we feel very blessed, you know, that we could have you on the show and that you were willing to come on the show and, you know, share your story about who you are and the fact that you are not only models, but you also, you know, care about, you know, people with disabilities and just people in general. Just, you know, that's big props and really touches us deep down inside, and that's not a perverted thing. And, you know, we're just very grateful.
You're welcome, and we are very grateful as well.
Yeah, we are definitely honored to have you guys on. We would love to have you guys on again. I mean, you guys are a crack up. You're so much fun.
Thank you. But like I said, I'll get in touch with you guys and let you guys know, you know, see what dates are good for you guys so you actually could come over and do the takeover on our side of town.
Cool. And probably Monday we're going to have a new call-in system too. We're getting away from the normal call-in system. We actually have our own dedicated one coming Monday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because we want the last 4 digits to be loco. I know it sounds stupid, but to me it sounds great.
Plus, we've had so many problems that we want to switch to a better system. We won't have as many bugs.
They know that.
Right.
All right, well, it's been a blast.
Really has.
It has, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you guys have a good night.
All right, you as well.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right,
that was Brick House Incorporated magazine, radio,
Don't forget
TV, entertainment.
These ladies are really working hard to really build their business, and I give them lots of props.
Come on,
guys. They're extremely fucking gorgeous and at the same time very intelligent. Who doesn't want to fucking, talk to ladies like that?
Exactly.
To keep in contact.
And they're classy, you know? And they have brains to go with the class and the bodies, you know? They can go out there and model, but they can also go out and run a business at the same time and do other things.
Exactly. They can, spread out so many different ways. That didn't fucking sound great. Great.
Well, I think they know what you mean. In other words, they can do several different projects.
No, they could spread their wings like a fucking bird and fly all over the fucking world and shit.
Well, that's what I mean by doing different projects.
So.
All right. Well,
thank you for joining us for the interviews.
God bless.
And we're
Too Local Radio.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be ya.
Peace.